everybody, I'm back with another weekly chat, and I need to tell you, or maybe I need to apologize first. I'm doing some laundry right now, and if you can hear that, it is so loud right now to me. I'm just not sure how much the camera's picking up, but I put something very noisy in the dryer, and if you can hear it, I'm sorry. And then my neighbor has been doing some yard work that was very noisy. Stop now. So anyway, it is what it is. So I just thought I would throw that apology in there before I got started with this weekly chat. So, how have all you guys been doing this week? This has been a pretty good week. I have been bad as far as my eating habits. I had a cheat week, let me just be honest. And I've got to tell you, I didn't even weigh this morning. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to see it. So, I'm hitting that. I feel like saying reset a lot may be the wrong word, but I feel like you kind of just got to put a period and move on. Maybe reset's the right word, wrong word. I don't know, but I'm going to do better. And so this next coming week, it's going to be a better eating week for me. And I wanted to mention, and I'm not sure exactly how you guys would like to see it, but Sarah has asked me to do a like a weekly food diary, and that is not going to be something that I can easily film, so I'm not going to be able to film like every single meal that I eat. But what I thought about doing was just kind of doing a sit down video like this and showing you some of the snacks I eat, a few things like that, and just kind of telling you what I eat. I think I'm going to do that, so I hope you guys are okay with that, but I'll definitely take suggestions on that if you've got anything else. But that's really all I can think of, is just to kind of do it like that, just because it's just not feasible for me to film every single meal that I eat. But I will tell you, I'm kind of a boring eater. I pretty much have the same thing a lot. So kind of typically for breakfast, just like a protein shake. Lunch is typically the same. My snacks are typically the same. So that's what I'm saying. I think I could just sit down and do one video and show you guys that. And I'm like, that's pretty much it. So it's kind of boring actually. But anyway, so the biggest thing that happened for me this week is meeting up with my friend Katie from Louisiana. So I got to see her twice. I got a vlog that's going to be coming up on Friday. I think that's when I've scheduled it. And so I went ahead. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do two separate vlogs or one vlog. We met up last Sunday at the Green Hills Mall. We ate lunch at the Cheesecake Factory and then did a little bit of shopping. And I've got the items in my lap, and I'll show you what I ended up getting. And then Friday I went out to the convention center and saw her out there, and I did a little bit of filming. So I just kind of combined those two into one vlog and just did, you know, one vlog for 2 days. So that was, I want to say, the highlight of my week was seeing my friend from YouTube. That's how we first met. She found me first, and then you know, we got to talking back and forth. And then 3 summers ago yeah, I think 3 summers ago, she and her husband came to Nashville, and she told me she was coming, so we met up, and the rest is history. So we've kind of been friends ever since. She found me on YouTube and then told me, I think she told me she had started a channel. I can't remember all the details, but so that happened. And then let me just show you what I bought so I can move on to other topics and get this out of my lap. I did go ahead, if you watched Katie's vlog, you would have seen us smelling this stuff in Sephora. It is the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream, and the name just makes me laugh, but it's actually, you can use it anywhere on your skin, and it's supposed to tighten the skin. I'm not really sure if that works or not, but it smells so good. It is an amazing scent. I smell a little bit of pistachio. I'm going to say maybe a little bit of coconut. Somebody else smelled coconut, and they were, I had had this on for probably 12 hours. And somebody said, I smell coconut. And I'm like, well, smell my arm. And I know that's odd. And she said, yes, that is it. It smells amazing. So the scent stays on a really long time. I absolutely love the scent of it, and I'm not sure whether it's going to tighten or not, but when we were in Sephora, I picked this up. This is the smaller, the travel size, and it is, I guess, per weight, cheaper to buy the larger size, but I wasn't sure about it, and of course I could have taken it back, but if I didn't like it. But if I do plan on going back and picking some more of this up when I'm out with this, and I'll when I'm out of this, and I'll buy the big one. But the sales associate, I said, is this really worth it? And she started laughing. She said, we were just talking about it, and she said, it is absolutely worth it. She said, I would normally never pay that for a cream, and she said, it is absolutely worth it. I love it. So just for the scent alone, it's wonderful. Then I got my favorite eye cream, which is the Shiseido. I ran out of my other one, and this is the Wrinkle Resist 24, I guess 24 hours. I don't know what the 24 stands for. I'm guessing that's what it stands for. Love it. I've got the empties coming up soon. I don't know when I'm going to upload it, but the other one is in the empties. Then I got a sample of Glam Glow, their newest, I guess their newest product. I've been kind of disappointed with Glam Glow over the years I've been using it. I loved the first mask that I ever used. I thought that one was amazing. It was the one that came in the black pot. A lot of people love the one that comes in the white one. But it seems like everything else I've tried, I just haven't loved, and nor did I think it was worth the money. So I got to sample this, and this is the Glow Starter Illuminating Moisturizer, and it says it's good for normal, oily combination, or dry, a multitasking moisturizer that delivers instant hydration and a dewy, healthy looking glow in one step. So it smells really good. And there is what it looks like. It's kind of very, very light pink, almost nude color, like a blush pink, I would say. Smells peaches and cream, I would guess, that type of scent. But as far as the moisturizer goes, I've used this like 3 times. I have not noticed any extra glow at all, and I think it might have broken me out. I'm not really sure. I've got, you can't really see it, I don't think, but there's a pimple or a blemish, a spot right down here. When I looked at it, excuse me, it was just flesh colored. It hadn't gotten red, but it feels like a blackhead, and I don't know that this caused it, but that has been the change in my skincare routine. It's been this thing, and then I got the pimple. So anyway, the last thing that I bought to show you guys is this Nest candle, and this actually came from Nordstrom, and this particular one is Sicilian Tangerine. I love the scent of this, and I decided to get the small one just to see how I liked it. And the lady told me, the sales associate said, she's like, I don't even need to light it. You can smell it through the whole room. And I don't think that's true, because I've had it actually sitting out in my room, and unless I kind of walk up to it and smell it, I can't really smell it. It doesn't permeate, so I think it does need to be lit. But she did tell me the small ones are just as good as the larger ones, and that they smell, not smell the same, of course they would smell the same, but like for example, the Bath and Body Works candles, the 3-wick ones can smell up a whole room, the small ones don't, in my opinion. But she says this one smells up the same amount of space as the larger one does. But it's a pretty candle. I like the looks of it. Smells amazing. I just didn't light it yet because I wanted to show you guys before it kind of gets ugly after being lit. But it is a beautiful scented candle. So, let me look down here on my notes. I'm always looking at my notes. One thing I did, let me go back to eating for just a minute. I went 1 entire month without eating any beef. That's the second time I remember doing that. It's probably happened other times in my life, but that's the second time that I remember doing it. And I broke that, I guess you could say, beef fast on last Saturday. It was the day before Father's Day. My dad wanted to grill out, so we got some steaks, and I grilled a filet mignon for him, and I had one for myself and one for my mom as well. And they were very tasty, but that was the first beef I had had in a month, so I was proud of myself for sticking with that. And then for that month, as far as any meat that I ate, it was chicken. And then I did have 1 pork barbecue sandwich in that entire month. So the only other meat that I ate was chicken. And I was eating that 2, maybe 3 times a week. Usually like a Saturday, a Sunday, and maybe a Monday I would eat chicken, and then the rest of the week was pretty much, I'm thinking, I don't want to lie to you guys, but I think the rest of the week was pretty much vegetarian. And I'll talk more about that in the food video that I want to film. Let's see, the biggest news, well, let me talk about one other thing before we get to the big news that I think is going on in the world right now, but I just wanted to say a great big thank you to you guys for watching my YouTube videos. I hit over 500,000 views on this channel yesterday, or sometime between, so yesterday was Friday, Thursday night, well Thursday, then it takes a while for the views to catch up, but 500,000 views when I saw it yesterday morning, let's put it that way. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, one other news, I decided to kind of start blogging again. For my New Year's resolution 2015, I said I wanted to write, I think, 1 blog a week. I ended up writing 2 blogs for the entire year. And blogging is something that I've had a passion for, but not clearly because I've stopped it. But even before I started YouTube, I started blogging when I would travel. Not all of my trips. I think it's just I've had blogs for maybe 3 trips, 2 trips I know of, so I didn't do a whole lot of it, but that's where I started way before I even started YouTube. I loved it, and I've been wanting to do it ever since, but it takes a lot. I'm going to tell you, I think it takes a lot more work and effort to blog than it does to film a video. I can just sit down and talk to the camera easily. I mean, you guys know that, but to actually sit down and write it down and try to write it somewhat grammatically correct. I am not trained at writing. Growing up, I hated to write. It wasn't until I got out of college that I actually started liking to write. So I've restarted, or I guess you could say I started a new blog. When I originally started YouTube, I decided that I would kind of get a new blog. The first one I did was just dedicated to traveling, and it was just my name, Karrie Stanfill. So I kind of like already taken that blog, and it's tied into another email account that I don't even use anymore. And so when I started my Karrie's Vlogs and Hauls channel, that was my first channel, I started this other blog, and I never posted anything on there. So because my name was already taken and tied into that other email address, I just named that one, I think it's Karrie Stanfill X, like ×2, like a different start. So Karrie Stanfill X2.blogspot.com. So I never posted anything on there, and so I kind of wanted to have something with my name on it because that's what this channel is, and I couldn't think of anything really cool. So it is kind of linked to my Karrie's Vlogs and Hauls channel in a roundabout way, but I'm going to go ahead and still use that one. So it'll just be like Karrie ×2, so basically. And so I went ahead and posted a blog yesterday, just kind of like as an introduction. It is on Blogspot, so it's nothing really fancy. Maybe if this ever goes anywhere, we'll get somebody to actually help me design a better looking website. But Blogspot is extremely easy for people just starting out with a blog. And one of the reasons why I kind of stopped doing it is, number one, it takes a lot of time and energy to sit out, and you got to have some thoughts. You got to be able to write where it's somewhat legible or readable, I should say, and makes sense, and it does. You don't want to sound ignorant. And then blogs are all about beautiful photographs, and as you see, kind of behind me over there is where I do my outfit videos, and I'm fine with outfit videos over there, but I really don't want to take photos with that background, and I don't really have anything in my house that I think is blog worthy. I'm not about decorations. I'm about clothing and fashion. I'm just not about decorations. So I don't have anything that I think is blog worthy. And for, like, say, outfits, I could probably get something on the smaller scale. If I was going to do a product review blog and kind of take photographs in, I could easily do that, but just not outfits and stuff. So I feel like that tree is grabbing the back of my head. So anyway, trying to get the photos done, that was another issue that I just didn't pursue it any longer because it's a lot of work and I need help with the photos. So over the past couple days, yesterday and today, I've drug my dad around Nashville, and we went to Cheekwood. There's some different murals in Nashville that I've done. So I've got a couple of videos. I think one video already done from that, another one that it's a patriotic dress. I did it last year, but I went ahead out this morning and wore my Catherine Malandrino flag dress. So I'm gonna have that outfit video, if it looks good. I haven't looked at the footage yet. Go up on the 4th of July. So it'll be a patriotic outfit, and then I would like to do a corresponding blog post about that dress as well. So I've got several photos that have been taken that I've got different ideas. I've already written a lot of stuff down, and yeah, so I've already written a lot of stuff, got photos that will correspond it. It's not going to be the prettiest thing, the prettiest blog, just because I don't have all the bells and whistles to use. But anyway, if you want to check it out, I have the link below, and then you heard me say what it was. And be kind to me on the grammar and commas. I don't always know where a comma goes. I'm sorry. I'm just not an English expert. But I do plan on doing fashion blogs, food blogs, product reviews, and if I ever get a trip taken, I don't even know where that's going. Lately, I'm just like, almost want to stay in the house and not leave with all the stuff that's been going on, but I don't know when the trip's going to happen. But if I ever travel, I will do a travel vlogging as well. So the last big thing, let me look. I don't have a whole lot of time before this. I have to restart the camera, but the biggest thing, that's what I was leading up to earlier, and I rambled on about the blog for 5 minutes or so. The biggest thing that I think has happened in the world this week is England or the UK leaving the EU. And I have certain thoughts on it, but I'm not a citizen over there, so I don't know if my thinking is the way the kind of other people are thinking, based on kind of what a lot of people that I've watched on YouTube have said. Now, these are younger people, and I think that people in their late teens and 20s definitely have a different mindset. Not everybody, I don't want to group and lump everybody and generalize everything, but I think they have a different mindset a lot of times than people my age and older, and want different things, but they all seem to think that it was a bad thing. They didn't really, the ones I've seen didn't really go into a lot of details, but just based on what they said, some people said disappointed. I'm curious to see what the Saucony Jollie's view is, because I know he said earlier, and Jonathan said in a video a few days ago or a week ago or so, that they were thinking about either building a house, buying a house, but he said we've got to wait to see how this vote goes, because it could really affect them. And I was thinking, you know, that's right. They're from Ireland, and my Irish friend, my UK friends, Ireland is not in the UK, but Northern Ireland is. Is that correct? So that could really affect the Saucony Jollies and other people. But I see pros and cons to both sides. There are pros and cons to leaving and pros and cons to staying. So I just was curious, anybody over there, whether you're in the EU but a different country, what are your thoughts on England or the UK leaving? Or if you're in the UK, what are your thoughts? Were you for it or against it? I mean, I was like, I don't know, and it's really not affecting me so much, but I saw pros and cons to both sides. And so on one hand I thought it's a good thing, on the other hand I thought that may not be a good thing. So I'm just not really sure, but that was huge news this week, and I thought it was very, very interesting, and it was a very close vote as well. And then I believe the Prime Minister David Cameron stepped down or is stepping down, and that is basically the equivalent of our president. It's a different election process, and I was like, I don't know, very rarely in the course of U.S. history has a president ever stepped down. It has happened, but very rarely. So I thought, man, that's like your leader of your country stepped down over this, and I just don't see an American president ever stepping down for something like that. But I'm not sure what to compare that to in the United States, and the only thing I could really think of it is if we have different territories, and all of a sudden one of our territories decided they didn't want to be a part of the United States anymore. But regardless of all that, I would like to hear your opinion if you have one on it, and I'm going to go ahead and end this chat now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.